Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the Conversation with Amir Zoghi and myself, Jamie Gonzalez, as your host with the most. I'm joking.
Just go with it. No, you can't edit it now. You got to go with that.
I was laughing before.
This show is all about not editing, so it's about making it raw. So he wants to be like that, and that's.
Jeez.
So Jamie, what's happening today?
So today, I've got some questions. By the way, guys, thank you for sending me some questions. That's what this show is about. I'd love for you guys to send any questions, comment below on the video, and get involved. I'm going to try and answer as many questions as I can. Obviously, I can't get to all of them. Amir or myself will communicate with you on the blog as well. So we'll try and answer them there if we don't get to answer them in a conversation like this. But today I got a great one. Today we're going to be talking about goals. I've got a question that's been asked here. Dear Amir, I know that following your feelings is important, but I still feel I need to have goals in my life. Otherwise, I feel I may not have direction. Can you help me with this?
Yes, I can. That's a good question. So the question is, who needs to have goals? That's the thing. It's. Do you want to just position yourself there for a sec? It's who needs to have goals, because there is a part of you, as you get to know yourself, as you get to deepen your connection with yourself, there is a part of you that, let's call it, has infinite possibilities. Can you see what I'm saying? And the infinite possibility, the part of you that is full power, infinite, doesn't need to have a goal. You see? I'm not saying don't have goals, because goals give you something to focus on. And when you have something to focus on, you're more likely to be present. Right? Now, that is if you can bring your goal into this moment. If you're continuously thinking about a goal that's in the future, well, no, that's not what I'm talking about, because you're always placing your attention in the future and going, oh, if I can have this, it's almost like a wish or a hope that you can have it. Okay, but sometimes people have the capacity to go, this is a goal that I want, and then they have the willingness to bring their attention back into this present moment and work in this present moment towards a goal. Mm-hmm. Can you see? Mm-hmm. So goals can almost give a person a direction, right? And I'm not dissing it, but the question is, who wants that goal?
You just said something, sorry to interrupt, but just to clarify, you said before that something that's infinite doesn't have goals. Could you clarify?
Something that's infinite doesn't require goals.
Okay.
You see, infinite means all things. Right? So it doesn't need to attain that to experience fulfillment. You see, so we can distinguish this as two different parts, as goals that are external, and let's say, I'm going to call it goals that are internal. Mm-hmm. See, goals that are internal are not goals. They're just realizations of, oh, I love this. Do you understand? It's like when I decided to fly aeroplanes, can't help talking about that.
You've been doing that a lot lately.
So when I decided to fly aeroplanes, I love flying planes. I didn't need to make it into a goal. Now, I know that in the story, the goal, if you like, is to get my license, right? But that's not the truth. You see, the goal is to fly planes. And I remember having a conversation with my instructor back then, and we were talking about how long it's going to take, because I hadn't flown for 16 years. We were talking about how long it's going to take for me to fulfill the goal of getting my private pilot license again. You know, based on how much, you know, based on my experience, or based on his experience of me, how long is it going to take? You know, first time I flew in 16 years, he's like, well, look, this is what you're looking at. You know, and I said to him, look, I'm very patient. You know? Of course, I want to get my PPL, but I love flying planes, and I don't mind flying with you. You know, but of course there's a different experience when I'm one day flying with myself or flying with my friends or family. You know, there's a different experience. It's a different version of the same thing. Mm-hmm. But the point is, the primary goal is to fly. Mm-hmm. And I'm already doing that. Mm-hmm. You see, it's not the secondary goal, or the external goal is for me to actually get my license. Because then I can post it on Facebook, put it on YouTube, and tell everyone, hey guys, I got my license, you know? And that's for my external ego. I'm not saying I didn't do that, I did, I put it up, I got my license, you know, I was very...
You put a couple of crazy videos up.
I was very satisfied in getting my license, right? But that is a satisfaction of the ego, that is a satisfaction of the goal that is external. Now, nothing wrong with that, right? It's just those goals are limited. Those goals, we think that if we accomplish one of those goals, we're going to be having a sense of fulfillment. They never deliver that. You know, we've always experienced having accomplished a goal and going, oh, is that it? I thought there'll be more to it.
But you experience it for a moment. There's a moment of like...
Yeah, there's a moment of hurrah, but it's gone, right? And those are surface goals. There are external goals. Those are things I'm not interested in, right? I'm not saying when I accomplish a surface goal or external goal, I don't celebrate, but I'm not driven by that.
So just before you go on, it's a really important point what you're saying, because you're noticing you've got an awareness from where you are right now. Well, that's my ego that's going to get caught up in that. A lot of people wouldn't recognize that just yet, because they've been doing the goals for so long from a point of ego. So how do you
distinguish the difference?
Yeah, it's very simple.
And also stay aware of the difference.
Well, it's very simple. When it's, and people and everyone will relate to this, because people are experiencing this in some areas of their life. The goal that comes from within, right? It's very easy to distinguish. Like, it's an internal process, and it's not a goal. I'm just using the word goal so everyone can relate. It's actually a love. Like, I love flying, or somebody loves painting. You know, somebody loves cooking. Like, they love. Yeah. They love to. And I always know if someone loves to, because I say, why do you love to? They say, no reason. I just love it. They go, I don't know, I just love it. Because see, that love has no reason. It's not because it's going to make me money. It's not because, I mean, sure, it may make you money. I'm not saying it's not. It's not because it's going to make me, you know, get validation or significance or recognition. Sure, it may give you some recognition and validation, and, you know, you might be the greatest cook, but that's not why you do it. Those are secondary things that just happened, right? So...
And that's a good point, because a lot of people go to follow that love that finds them. They go and follow their feeling, and these things happen where they start to get the recognition, approval, all these things you're talking about, but then something changes. Do you understand? It became then about the...
Well, let me make sure I answer that first question, right? Because the question is, how do you distinguish the difference? Yeah. This is how you distinguish the difference. When it's something that you love, right? And you have no reason for it, you just love it. Now, I know your mind will kick in later and give you reasons. Well, I can only do what I love because if I'm making money out of it. If I can only do what I love if I'm good at it. You know, those are reasons. If you love it, you can do it. Yeah. That's it. Like, if I can get one thing for people to take away from this talk right now, is if you love it, you can do it, because the love that you feel is coming from infinite possibilities. When you feel a love for something, it's an expression of infinite possibilities. It is impossible for you not to do that. Like, you absolutely can do that, otherwise you wouldn't have felt it.
I love that point that you make. You said that to me a couple of years ago. You said, Jamie, if you already feel it, it's done. Life, it comes from that space.
It's done, right? It's done in here, and this is the difference, right? When someone is doing something because of it's an internal purpose, it's an internal love. I don't know what word I can use for people to relate, but I mean, for me, it's just like you love it, right? Some people call it an internal goal, okay? But when you love something, the moment you go to, I'm going to use the word pursue, because you're not pursuing, you're actually expressing what you love. But the moment you go and pursue what you love, you already feel the sensations of whatever it is that you're looking for in a goal. In other words, when someone uses the goal and puts an external reason of finds a reason for their goal, they go, well, when I attain that, then I can have this. So that I need to do all these means to an end to accomplish that goal, right? Someone could be a swimmer. Like right now we have the Commonwealth Games, and like you're like, well, every Commonwealth Game person who's swimming loves to win the gold. That's their goal, is to win the gold. That's the secondary. The love is to swim, I promise you, otherwise they couldn't do all the training. They couldn't break through those pain barriers that they do. That's their love. The secondary is a goal, which is the gold, right? And we've seen so many swimmers get the gold and become depressed afterwards. How many of you have seen that recently? Okay, that's because then you place your attention purely on the gold. No, place your attention purely on the love of swimming. Go back to the beginning. Why did you start swimming?
Why?
So the point is, you can distinguish the difference very easily when you're doing something, because if it's an internal goal, I'm going to use the word again just so people relate to it. The moment you do it, you feel the sense of fulfillment, right? You feel like you've already arrived. When something is an external goal, okay, I'm going to use those words again. When it's an external goal, you are doing something, so when you arrive at that point, you can feel that sense of satisfaction, or that sense of complete or success or significance or whatever it is. And the moment you get that, as we just discussed, it's gone. But when someone's doing something because they absolutely love to, they feel what they love to feel in, for example, winning the gold. There is a sense of love, like it's a different version of it. Like,
just like what you spoke about with your flying, you're like trying to tell him, well, hey, look, I'm already flying. That's it. It's not about the outcome. It's like, I'm here flying right now. You know, so that's what I get you.
So I would leave people with two things here. And that is, you know, first of all, ask yourself, why do you want that goal? You know, first of all, distinguish or identify, is it even something you have love for? Or is it something you have need for? Because if it's something you have need for, that is a far, far, far external goal. Not even just an external goal here, it's far external goal. Like, you're going to be so disappointed the moment you accomplish it. If you accomplish it, you will be very disappointed. After all the blood, sweat and tears, you'll be like, really? Is that it? Like, I gave 15 years of my life to this company, I gave 15 years of my life to this goal, whatever, and then it's just like, you know? So the question is, you know, why do you have that goal? Is it really something you love, or is it something if it's just something you need, okay, you know, yeah, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I'm just letting you know that at the end of it, you're going to be left with the little cherry that leaves you completely. Where you find the cherry, where's the cake?
Feeling unfulfilled.
You know, yeah, it's kind of like that.
So what you're kind of saying with that question is, you know, are you feeling fulfilled now, regardless of achieving that goal?
Why do you have that goal? What's the love? Do you have love for that goal, right? If not, you go, no, it's a need. Then go, well, what's my love? Like, for a swimmer, it might be, I love to swim. But if you don't even find the love, then
forget about it.
Then I'm just gonna, I'm not going to tell you forget about it, you do whatever you like, but I'm going to just I'm going to assure you, you will be left with a sense of dissatisfaction if you accomplish that goal. If you don't believe me, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Put it in and see what you feel at the end.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not here to prove you wrong. I've done it so many times, consciously, and experiencing what it feels like to pursue something that is not truly what I love. If it's truly what you love, right? Here's the thing: if it's truly what you love, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter about the goal. Now, if your mind kicks in, because people's mind kicks in and goes, yes, it does matter, because if I'm doing this, I need to make money from it. If you're doing that, my suggestion is just continuously bring your attention and awareness into why you're doing it. The only time you're thinking about that is you're not present with here. Okay, why do you love this? When things get difficulty in something that I love to do, for example, if I'm flying and then I'm going through some difficult training at the moment, and if I'm struggling with that training, I go, but I love the flying.
Yeah.
Can you see? The love becomes far greater than the fear or doubt that you may experience on your journey. That's what continues someone to accomplish. And that's the funny thing is, those people go and accomplish great things, and someone's sitting there observing, going, they look at that person and go, I want that.
Yeah.
That's what I want. They see the future or the outcome or the result and they go, that's what I want, but it's not. So it's...
That was great.
I mean, this is just to distinguish the two different goals, and maybe next episode we can talk about how I actually live that, like give you more personal examples of my personal life. How do you build a business without not having a goal, Amir? How do you, have a relationship? How do you do your food and diet without goals? And so I'm happy to continue the conversation.
Although we can talk about it here, I think one of the biggest things is going and experiencing something like this, like even just taking away your questions right now and asking yourself, so you can have the direct experience. Well, how do I feel right now?
Yeah.
And viewers will probably relate to some of the stuff you shared right now.
Yeah.
So, mate, thanks for answering that question. That was great. And guys, we'll be back next week with another question in the Conversation with Amir Zoghi.
And just remember, guys, I want to have the conversation not just with Jamie, because that might get boring after a little while. No. But if you do want to join the conversation, please you'll see below, you'll make comments. That's only if you want to join it. If you want to join the conversation, make your comments, ask your questions, and we just continue the conversation. The idea of the conversation is not for just Jamie and I to have a conversation, which is fine, but we want to have the conversation with you guys as well, if you feel to join in the conversation. So anytime, join in the conversation.
Cool. Thanks, Amir, and thanks, guys, and we'll see you very soon. Take care.